Welcome back,
Welcome.
episode 3.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Today, it's going to be an action-packed show. We've got 4 days up until the Australian Open kicks off.
That's right.
We've still got the qualifiers going on as we talk.
Had a lot of players donating a lot of money to charity, which is really good. And also, coming up, as we all know, the Australian Open draw. So we'll be taking a little look into some of those selections.
Yeah, and providing our thoughts on what we actually think is going to happen.
That's it. Exciting times.
Okay, so let's begin.
So yeah, before we go anywhere, I'd like to kick us off. An interesting subject over the past week. There's been some problems obviously with the fires in Australia. One of the girls, Delilah Jakupovic, I think her name is, she actually withdrew after having a coughing fit on the court.
Wow.
What do you think of this?
Well, it's not an isolated incident. So there's also the one with Brody as well. I don't know if you're familiar with that. The guy,
no.
he's complaining about it, saying about how if pets have been recommended not to stay outside in this weather, why are they literally allowing us to play a tournament?
Wow.
And through qualification, it's limiting their chance to qualify if there's obviously all this smoke and problems.
I heard that they've put like a warning for everyone in Melbourne to stay in their houses. So for people to be playing tennis outside, like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, but it's the Australian Open. It's this time every year. Would it not be more of a tragedy just to literally disregard the tournament and not do it?
Well, Djokovic has said that he was totally in for delaying the tournament, which, if that's coming from one of the top players, and
at the end of the day, if they was to delay it, would it really cause too much of disruption? Well, I guess it would do for like all the other ATP tournaments which are like scheduled in for afterwards. And players, like, they've also had their preparation, like they're mentally prepared for this moment in their calendars.
Yeah, but it's your health.
Yeah, of course.
I think.
So how was she doing anyway, Jakupovic?
She was winning.
No, but how's she doing now? Is she feeling better?
Oh, right. No, I thought you meant...
What's her status?
I thought you meant in the match. She's not winning in the match. She lost the match. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. How's she doing now? I think she's fine now,
yeah.
But I think it was just having to run around. Obviously, it's warm out there at the moment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think if you're running around playing tennis and you're probably your lungs are working at full capacity and all you're taking in is carbon monoxide or something.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation really to be in.
Imagine, I mean, you might end up with some sort of like lung disease or stuff. You don't know. It's like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, of course.
Like, whose head's that going to be on? Is it going to be on like the tournament?
Well, let's just hope it's not that severe, and it's just a case of but at the end of it, with regards to their performance, it definitely does affect that, doesn't it? If you're always thinking about the smoke and it's like affecting your breathing,
well, yeah,
you can't obviously play your maximum. So in terms of actual performance levels and like results, it's gonna play a factor.
If you're one of those players that relies on percentage tennis and running around the court and you are outworking people, your game's screwed.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, there was only one other match I saw. I didn't see the Brady one, but yeah, Sharapova's match got Brody. Sharapova's match got abandoned after 2 hours. So at least they are starting to do something about it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Well, it's not good to see Halep shouting at her coach in a normal, everyday situation, but this time it is good to see Halep shouting. Keep shouting at that coach, Halep. Yeah, 10 times in the last match, $2,000 for charity.
No, it's good. Everyone's doing their bit for it. There's so many different variations of people donating. And then you're seeing like the big dogs come out, and Nadal and Djokovic went, it doesn't matter, I'll just stick 250 grand down.
Wow, it was well, Serena started it off. I think she won that event, didn't she? In Auckland, and then she donated all of it, all of her winnings.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Actually,
that's $43,000. Very well, so generous. And then you had Djokovic and Sharapova. They together gave $25,000 each, and then the big dogs came in last, and then Well,
Tops it up.
125k each from Rafa and Roger. Just
the thing what bothers me on this topic is all the trolls online. And it is really bothering me, because you're always going to get these people hating on the fact that, oh, that's only a small percentage of their money, that's not even that much. Like, people just think, but at the end of the day, you don't see them donate, or if they do, it's in comparison. Like, I think you've just got to, if someone donates money towards a charity, you shouldn't like victimise them for how much it was, or look at percentages. For them, for just to be donating something, you've got to put some respect on them.
Oh, exactly.
The only level that's silly is if they're making like a real mockery and
they
like
don't
doing
have
like,
to
say,
donate
$10
anything.
or something.
They don't have to donate anything.
They don't have to. Yeah, there's no obligation to donate.
Like, they can donate 10 quid if they want.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference? That's probably how much the trolls are donating, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. So
people love to hate in this culture.
And online, it's sort of you see it as like they feed off it even more.
Oh, they're just
they'll feed off each other as well. Like all the haters they get on each other.
I saw one comment, just because Rafa and Roger donated 250k together, they said, why didn't they donate 250k each? What ridiculous!
These people you can never please. Though.
Yeah,
they're
trying to get a reaction all the time. They're obviously bored with their lives. This is just one way of making it a little bit more exciting.
Sad.
Yeah, very sad. But yeah, well done to all the players, everybody who's donating, everybody around the world, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and keep doing it.
Yeah,
we'll put the link actually below so you can donate some more.
Definitely.
Just last thing on this, all these fires and stuff. Do you think it's going to have, because the tournament's going to be going ahead now as normal, organisers have already confirmed that's going to be happening.
Yep.
Do you think that's now going to have an impact on the potential outcome of the tournament? So both the women's and the men's. Could we maybe see a bit of some upsets, early upsets? Some of the players who are more, you'd expect them to win quite comfortably, say.
I think
could they be losing earlier on? Are they just not? Could it cause some problems, basically?
Well, I think you're going to hate what I'm going to say, but I think this is going to play into the hands of the big servers.
Okay.
They don't run around so much.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's a really good point.
Yeah, they're going to be just smashing down a few aces, and it's just going to take, well, if they can get to a few tie breaks, they might have themselves an easy passage.
Big John is probably he's loving it at the moment.
Big John, he's into the is he into the final of a tournament at the moment? ATP.
He's going along. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I saw he's been winning a few.
He beat Kyle Edmund.
Beat Kyle Edmund yesterday 2-0 quite convincingly as well.
Now he's up. I think it's the final against Ugo Humbert.
All right, yeah. So that makes sense because Humbert beat Shapovalov, right?
Yeah, so that final will be very interesting. See how Big John's doing leading up to the
youth versus experience as well.
That's it.
So we'll just see how it goes. But
very promising.
It's a very interesting point you make on the big serves. So on the women's game, so let's moving on to them. So there is a few, but can you think of like particularly really big servers? I've obviously got Serena Williams, she's a big server.
I think it will.
And she is the bookie's favourite. I was checking earlier. She's actually the favourite for the tournament. 4-1. Which is quite impressive.
That's just because of that last tournament win, though. If she hadn't have won that, she'd be about 5th.
No, she's always up there. It's because it's Serena. She's won the Australian Open.
She hadn't won a tournament in 3 years.
Prior to the one she just won?
Yeah. That was why. So obviously she had her child, so that's...
It makes sense. It's difficult to win tournaments when you're giving birth.
But that's it. So, but yeah, I think that she's got to be up there. She can definitely, at least make a semi. Like she's always in with a chance of making a semi.
Yeah, she's got all the game. It'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. And then you've got her sister in the first. I don't want to go on to the draw too soon, but this is just why we're talking about the Williams. You got Venus playing against Coco Gauff.
Ooh.
First round.
Didn't she beat her?
And she beat her last time.
In Wimbledon, wasn't it?
In Wimbledon.
Wow.
So it's funny how it could have drew anyone. She drew her again. But she's beat her once. You never know. Beat her again.
I bet Serena's wanting to play Coco just so she can get a bit of revenge for Venus.
Mate, if that game happened, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near the court.
Yeah, true.
You would not be able to get anywhere near the court.
Like
the biggest hope, like the future star potentially in Coco Gauff and Serena, who's literally done everything already. Yeah.
Well, what Serena was saying, because she played another up-and-coming hopeful in Auckland, which is, I can't pronounce the name right. Anisimova, her name is?
Anisimova.
Anisimova, yeah. She's about 21.
Oh, right, yeah, I remember her, yeah.
She did incredible last year. She was her first real year on the tour, and she had a really good one. And Serena sort of wiped her off the court, though, like 6-1, 6-1 in this last tournament.
Yeah.
But she was very complimentary about her, said she's one to watch.
Was that in a slam?
What? No, in this last tournament.
Oh, in the last tournament.
Yeah, just Auckland.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
She played her, and after the match, she just gave her a lot of props. Just
Right.
said that she's definitely one to watch for the future. So I'm guessing
she just smashed her 6-1.
Yeah, exactly. You're probably being very complimentary because of that.
Yeah, of course. If she'd have lost, she'd have had a different attitude. Probably.
Yeah, she was like, yeah.
She'd been, I was off my game.
Nah,
she's a true. She's
a veteran, and she's always.
She's quite humble with it as well.
She's always
I wouldn't say she's
humble.
very arrogant.
I've never seen her be arrogant once.
There was that incident with the umpire last season. Where there was quite a big altercation with them. She was feeling that the calls weren't right and stuff like that.
Then we saw Federer had similar thing. He's the most humble person ever. And
yeah.
then that guy, didn't he deduct a point from Federer?
Yeah.
You've never seen Federer be or even argue with anyone ever. He's never had to. He just won so easily. And then obviously, getting to that stage into his career now, the points matter.
Yeah.
Should we have a chat about the women's Australian Open?
Yeah. So while we're talking about it, what's your thoughts of it? Who do you think is going to win? Instead of just doing a broad question like that, why don't you give me like one who you think's like a hopeful right at an outside, like we did with the men's last week?
Well, I haven't seen the draw yet.
I've got it here.
You do?
It's in front of me, yeah.
Okay. Well, without even seeing the draw, I'll just throw out a name who I actually think of somebody who's very good on hard court. US player, Sophia Kenin.
Oh, Kenin.
Yeah, I think she's just outside the top 10, around about the 12-15 mark.
Yeah, sounds about right. Let me see if I can find her on there. I'll tell you who she's playing. And who was your main draw?
My main draw, I'm going to go for Naomi Osaka.
Oh, okay. Number 3 in the world.
Based on her form on hard court. I think on her day, she's unplayable.
Well, you can see like she's won. I think it's 12 in a row now or something.
Well, I think
she's won quite a few in a row.
Look at her whole last 6 months. I think she's probably only lost about 3 or 4 games.
Oh, here she is. So here's Sophia Kenin. So she's going to be playing a qualifier in the first round. So that's not been decided yet because they're going on at the moment.
Sounds good.
Potentially, if she can get past that, which you'd fancy her to, because she'll be the favourite in that one, she'll be playing either Lizette Cabrera or another qualifier.
Cabrera.
And we know about Cabrera.
Aussie.
She's the wild card for the event, and she has been in very good form of late.
She's just lost today, but close against a very good player in Rybakina.
Yeah, exactly. She took that to 3 sets. I think it was 7-6, 2 tie breaks, another tie break, and then the final set was very close. She's
very good.
So yeah, it's not going to be no mean feat. So it's good that you've picked that one, but she's definitely going to have to work to get there.
And what about who did you say? Osaka.
Osaka. Sorry, she's on the same side of the draw.
Yeah.
So they won't be able to meet in the final. And Osaka's playing against Marie Buskova. Sorry, Marie Buskova.
Marie Buskova.
Yeah, I don't know too much about her.
I actually think she's actually pretty good.
Balskova? Yeah, that's the one,
yeah. Yeah, 59 in the world.
It's not going to be... Mate, in a Grand Slam, there's no easy games.
No.
There's no easy games. So you can argue the wild card, but they've probably got more to play for than anyone. In terms of, like, that means they're going to have big fans.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be behind them.
No one will want to play
And this is their moment. This is like a final. This is like a Grand Slam final for some of these wild card people coming in. So there's going to be no easy games, and obviously the higher the ranked player you play, you'd expect it to be harder anyway.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. But on the topic of that, I'll give you my ones.
Go for it.
So the one what I'm expecting to win.
Go for it.
Would be Barty, Ashley Barty, home crowd. I think she's been winning a few games recently. She's been playing quite well. And I think everyone's going to get behind her, and I can see that she's going to unleash her game. And we're going to see her win. And I'm quite confident on it. I'm actually going to put a bet on it. So
whoa.
I think Barty's going to do it. If I was to give you an outsider, I've not actually thought about it, but just give me a sec. This may surprise you, but I'm going to go for Svitolina.
That doesn't surprise me.
Really?
I don't think she's much of an outsider, but she's...
No, she's still an outsider.
I think she was top 10 last year, but she's dropped off a little bit.
I think, when I was looking at the odds, I didn't actually see her, but on like anything...
I think she was
wasn't
down
very up
around the 15s or something like
that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought she was more 20s. I can give you more of an outsider than her if you'd like. But no, I think she's quite... She's an outsider. I don't think she's never really got very far in slams.
We can have a look on here.
You can have a look at her stats.
No, sorry, 28 to 1.
28 to 1, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's just based upon recent form. She hasn't really had the best run at the end of last year, but doesn't mean she can't do well.
Yeah, of course.
She's got the ability.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But for me, I think she's got the game. She's played against a lot of the top players over the last 2 years, and she's come up on top quite a few times. Like she beat Elise Mertens recently. And I think that the hard court definitely suits her style of game more than any other court, on any other surface.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Yeah, she's my tip.
But I hope she doesn't come up against a Saka.
That's true.
If you're a betting person, how about a Saka Novak Djokovic double for 17 to 1?
That's what it is?
That's what I'm backing this tournament.
I wouldn't personally, because Djokovic's price is too low, man. 2.25.
Yeah.
It's just not enough value in it for me.
But that's what boosts the Osaka.
True.
So, but anyway, that's our selections.
We might as well go on to the men's then.
Well, yeah. Let's have a look.
Nice little segue there.
We already spoke about who our selections for the men's draw were. I think we were united on a Djokovic front. You sort of want Nadal, but you think Djokovic.
Yeah.
I don't really
want.
I
just think strong,
I just think Djokovic is just in such good form. I think he's probably a bit pissed off of his form last year because he didn't win as much as he wanted to. So I think he's going to try and just correct it this year.
Yeah. So we clarify what our outsiders were for the tournament.
Yeah, go for it.
So mine was Shapovalov, and yours was.
Who was mine? Oh yeah, Nick Kyrgios wins the Australian Open.
How can you forget? Oh gosh,
True.
Forfeits put you off, hasn't it?
I know. I think so.
So yeah, on the topic of that though, there's a few games I singled out. In fact, which I'd want to talk about. So there's some interesting.
Sure. Same. I'm looking down at the draw. I know that we don't have the full complete draw yet, but there's still some pretty amazing fixtures in that first round.
So yeah, so in the first round, you've got Medvedev Tiafoe, Popov Tsonga, Querrey Coric, Opelka versus Fognini, Cilic versus Mutet, finalist recently in Doha.
Whoa, that's a top
Schwartzman Harris, Lopez Agut, Lajovic Edmund. And they're first round matches, so it's going to be... A lot of them are very close.
What about one that you didn't mention? I think is quite interesting.
This one off?
Mannarino versus Team.
Oh, yeah, another one.
Mannarino's very good on hard. Yeah. Obviously, we know Team's, incredible.
Very good, but I do think Team will just...
And
it'll be a demolished job. I don't think it'll be that close.
Did you mention Millman versus Humber?
No, I didn't.
Another amazing
That will
match.
be closer, for sure.
That will be the hard hitters going against each other. So,
in fact, I like their game because they're very much... They can stand a few yards off the baseline and they can really power through their shots and hit them. They can hit it hard. They hit through the ball so well. And their style of players, they literally sit off the baseline and just smash them. And it's good to watch, especially on hard.
That's it.
Power play.
I noticed that there's another couple of matches that took the eye. Riley Opelka up against...
Well, if your theory is right about big servers winning or going far in this tournament, then he stands a big chance, right?
Well, look who he's
That's
against.
What his game
look
is.
who he's against.
Oh, what, another big hitter?
Fabio Fognini.
Oh, gosh. I think I mentioned that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I called that one out. Opelka Fognini.
Apologies. Yeah, the other one, which I'm quite interested in, Benoit Paire's been on a tear. So keep an eye out for him. But he's up against one of my challenger favourites, the Steeb.
Ooh.
I know. So,
Marcel.
I know.
Is that his name?
Marcel,
Cedric. Marcel,
Oh,
Cedric, Steve.
Apologies. Cedric, Marcel, Steve.
Oh, is it Cedric first?
Yeah.
Mate, I know all the names, but it's a bit mixed up.
That's fine. I'm impressed anyway. Another guy, Kukush, the Kukushkin, is up against an incredible challenger hardcourt player, which is Mark Polmans.
Mark Polmans, he's a wild card as well for the tournament. Australian.
Yeah, that'll be a
He always has his little hat on. We've seen it with a little his neck guard.
Protecting your neck, mate. It gets hot out there.
Oh god. You could go down every single game on the first one and say it's a big game.
I like all of them.
They're all yeah. The only thing is they all start at like 2 in the morning.
Unfortunately, we can't watch them all.
No.
We could try.
Yeah, maybe the odd one. Big one we'll just do an all-nighter and watch the tennis.
Maybe we'll get a plane over. Go in the press box.
Get some time off work.
That's it. What do you mean? This is our work.
Not quite. We don't have to subscribe.
That's it. Subscribe.
Yeah, please do.
We need you. Yeah. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment.
It's only going to get better. Like, it's not the best at the moment, but we're working on it. We're improving. And we're hoping that eventually we're going to have quite a nice little podcast going.
That's
some
it.
Nice fans.
We'll get some of those Joe Rogan mics eventually.
We'll just get Joe Rogan on.
Yeah, that's it. He might invite us on his. Don't think he likes tennis in whatsoever, mate. No chance of that.
Pass.
Yeah. Okay. So moving away from the men's draw, there was one player to watch that I thought he's sort of been on our radar over the past the past year maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The guy's name, JJ Wolf.
JJ Wolf.
Jeffrey John. He came onto our radar last year.
Yeah. JJ Wolf.
Winning a challenger in January last year.
And he's really good.
And now he's
really
added in the last, 2 months, he's added 2 more challengers titles to his name. And now he's, 12 matches unbeaten on hard. Wow. And we're leading in, if he can qualify.
I think has he not already qualified?
He beat Kolar.
I think he's already qualified. I seem to think I've seen him on here.
Let me have a check. No.
Well, maybe he's got one more qualifier. I reckon he'll have one more match, maybe.
Tough match against Trungelliti.
Oh, and he's been in really good form.
Both players in amazing form.
The last 2 games he's won was against underdog. He was the underdog.
Yeah, he beat Go Seda
2-0. Wow.
But Wolf not dropped a set in 5 matches.
I still think Wolf's gonna. I think it'll be a bit of a demolition job. He'll get him done in 2.
Yeah, he's a huge favourite.
Yeah, he hits the ball so cleanly, and he's a really
definitely
good player. One to look out for.
Only 21.
21 years old. He definitely has the game, and I think he'll be one of these ones playing against someone.
That's it.
Against the qualifier. Let's hope for his sake it's not someone too good, so he can actually has a chance.
I think he definitely has a chance.
Yeah. Well, there's a few on here where it's qualifier versus qualifier. That's not a bad draw, is it?
Yeah. Depends who you come up with. If you come up against the Wolf.
There's no marks anyway. Even the qualifiers, there's some good ones. Like you say, we've got Rusevori as well playing tonight.
Wow.
He's not even qualified.
Wow.
So we could even see Wolf versus Rusevori, first round, Australian Open.
Sounds like my perfect final.
2 ones to watch. They're going to be there in the future. I just really hope Rusevori wins tonight, because I really want to see him at a Grand Slam. And the Australian Open is the one for him, isn't it? It's his surface.
Yeah. Hardcourt.
I can't see him faring too well in the Roland Garros or even Wimbledon, really.
Maybe Attila will make a...
I think he's playing as well tonight as well.
That's it. That's another person, Attila Balazs.
Yeah. He's very much a clay court player. We've been following him last year.
But he's back on the radar again with some good wins. So
yeah, really good player. In fact, he was going to retire, but his brother convinced him to come back because his brother was a professional player. And he convinced him, he's like, just keep going at it, keep going. He was training for about 6 months, didn't play any games, and then he burst back on. We saw him on Flash Scores, just appeared, and he was just winning. Went on a really good run. I think he won a tournament.
Yep.
Played against, then started moving into some ATP guys.
Yep.
Was beating them, and then really made his name for himself. And now I think he sits in the top
Well, he's
top 200, like 110th or something.
120, yeah, something like that.
So it's really impressive for someone who's going to retire. I think he's quite old as well. He's not old, but like he's not a young player.
Late 20s, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. So
yeah.
But yeah, resurgence. So
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how he does now in the clay court spin. That's the guy we're really going to be looking out for, isn't it?
Yeah, him, Rusevori, and the Wolf. Yeah, some good players that you might not have heard of before, but yeah, keep your eye out for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching some ITF matches the other day. It's surprising to me how many games people lose in a row and they're still playing.
Yeah. I literally I was thinking the same thing, because they've sacrificed a lot to become a professional tennis player. Yeah. They're playing the ATFs to eventually progress to the Challengers and then eventually, hopefully, the ATP for them. But yet, when you're in the ITF, it must be a bit of a dark place when you go on these long losing streaks. Yeah. You can't seem to be pulling a set together, let alone a match.
Well, I saw one guy hadn't won a set in 8 matches.
Gosh. Yeah.
And when do you hang up?
And what stage do you hang up the racket and stop playing? Because surely the prize, you can't be getting much money. No. Do you get money for appearances, or
do you have to pay to enter the tournament?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it can't be. It must be a very tricky situation to be in. These guys, they probably must have another job on the side. They're doing something else as well.
They must be. That can't be.
It's not self-sufficient in terms of like living. But then at the end of the day, if you've still got a ranking and you'll say 800th in the world, it's still worth. That's still quite impressive.
I was going to say
to be the 800th best player in tennis in the world, it's quite a mean feat.
But if you're getting paid for 8 matches for not winning a set, I might take up tennis.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've still got to win enough to be able to maintain in the rankings. Because if you lose too many, you lose your ranking altogether.
Well, yeah.
And then it's just even more of a darker road. So, but yeah, it must be hard for these guys to get their motivation up every week, thinking that clearly their game's not quite there. There's things missing.
And you've always got younger players coming through,
just walking, going straight up. They just keep flying through.
Well, the standard keeps improving every year, so you're never gonna. Your standard, if it's gonna be staying on the level, you're never gonna make it. Though this is the problem. It's never gonna be a true profession.
I think that'll be interesting. Actually, maybe we should look into for the next podcast. Do some research into some of the players who have fallen off altogether. Yeah. And see what they're doing now, and see at what level do you feel at what level are you unable to continue playing tennis?
It would be interesting to just.
I'd find that quite fascinating. I'm sure the fans would, because it's a different dynamic on tennis. Like looking at the other side of the spectrum.
Well, that's it, because everybody once they're out of the public eye, you've forgotten. It's the same in any sport. Yeah. As soon as even in football, as soon as you're no longer playing, people forget about you. It's all about the new team, the new players, the fans. They're loyal to the team or they're loyal to the country, but once the players have disappeared, unless you were winning Grand Slams, you're a little bit forgotten about.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's happened.
Unless you were Tim Henman, then you have a hill named after you still. Even though Murray tried to steal.
Yeah, I'm sure the big three were going to have something named after him. Djokovic, Nadal, Federer. Looking in about 20 years' time.
They've probably got statues.
Yeah, there'll be tournaments named after.
Oh yeah, there'll be the Rafael Nadal Stadium. Yeah. Or there'll be the Novak Djokovic.
Nadal's already got his own tournament.
Well, there you go.
You can enter.
They've already probably got their own training schools, their own
academy. Rafa's got his academy.
That's it. So they probably have charities. They have.
I think that's where I may be incorrect here, but I think that's where Casper Ruud come from. He come through the Rafa Nadal Academy. Well, and look where he's
say no more.
So, yeah. That's it. So yeah, if you're in the ITF and you're not winning games, that's it. You're going to be booted off.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Because there's always going to be another name just to come up and take your place who'll be better than you and who's able to win games. Or the odd game. You're not going to win every week, but enough to be able to be competitive.
I noticed Andy Murray was mugging his mum off on Instagram this week. Apparently his mum can't post Instagram pictures properly.
The funny thing is, it's just so relatable, because your mum, with technology, they feel like they're able to use it still. and they want to pretend in front of their friends, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, it's all
Well,
right.
that's it. Like everybody, but
they put on this whole persona, but they just don't know what they're doing.
So his post saying, "You've done it again, Mum." Said, "This is a visual platform."
What was it, the tangerine?
Yeah, the tangerines on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to spell out something. It just looked like some tangerines on a table.
Because she zoomed in.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't double tap it.
No, it's such a mum moment.
That's it. And he just said that he's going to unfollow her if she does another one. Yeah, that's
how many followers does she have? She's probably got loads.
Probably,
Millions.
yeah, probably. So yeah, if they all follow suit with Andy, then she would have none. Would have thought he'd give her a bit more support. She's had to put up with him moaning through all those matches over all the years.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her though. Anyway.
Well, why?
No, I just don't really like her.
Why? What's wrong?
No, I don't know. There's something about her. I just don't like
There's
her.
something about her.
No, she just babied him too much his whole life, and he's just a bit of a brat because of it. I feel. Do you not see that side of it?
Well, he's sort of been brought up and then been put into a tennis academy in another country, and all
she's
this.
done brilliant for him in terms of like
That's
where
it,
he's got.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have got where he's got without his mum, probably.
Nah,
so.
for sure. Don't hear much about his dad though, do you?
No, I don't know anything about him.
No, he's in the shadows. Just.
He's probably a doubles player.
Or he just completely hates tennis.
I would as well if I was married to Judy.
She probably never stops going on about it.
Gosh.
So, last week, we were talking about going for a pint with Andrei Rublev.
Mm-hmm.
This week, would you go for a pint with Riley Opelka?
Well, first we've had Rublev, now Riley Opelka. I'm not a fan of either of them.
Why?
But that's very much based on, for very different reasons actually. The Rublev one was more his character as a person. There's something seems a bit off with him. With Riley Opelka, it's more his tennis. I hate the style of play. I hate the fact that he literally hides behind his serve.
How can he hide?
Well, he's not hiding. He's just a beast, and he needs his serve. So and it's just that's not the only reason.
What you think? Because he has he's hiding behind a serve that.
No, it's just for me personally. I don't enjoy that style of tennis.
So you think going for?
I respect the fact that you can win stuff with that. However, I just don't. It doesn't do much for me.
So you think that going for a drink with him would be rubbish due to the fact he's got a good serve?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as a tennis player, I'm not a fan of him. However, on the topic of actually going for a drink with him, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But the thing is with me, like I've never really seen much of him like talking to the press or the media. In fact, I don't think I can recall really an interview he's ever done, right?
I think all of the interviewers, their arm aches when I'm holding it up for so long.
Yeah, they just avoid it.
That's it.
But no, I've not really seen much of him like talking or anything, but maybe he's a bit shy.
He might be. Some of these like tall people, yeah, I think they probably just get stared at quite a lot. They probably don't want to be in the spotlight. You might just want to just go away and just go home and, don't know, play chess.
Yeah, maybe he just does his tennis and then aside from that,
goes
chess.
home.
Imagine him playing chess.
Maybe he plays
I've got a vision in my head of him crouched over a table with like the little thing, just like moving it forward.
I've got a vision of him. He's got one of those giant chess sets in his garden. That's his normal chess set.
Like the one, yeah, like you see on holiday sometimes. Oh gosh, anyway, that's funny. But no, like he's a bit quiet as we were saying. So it's like maybe he's not quiet. I don't see much from him in the press. So maybe he's like a bit of a gentle giant.
What do you reckon he'd be drinking down at the pub, or would he even be at the pub? Would he be in a fancy nightclub, or what would he be in?
Mate, that's interesting. I'm not sure. I really don't know where I would see him, but I feel like maybe he's just a really humble, genuine guy, and you just see him down the local pub, and he would have. I feel like he would. I don't know. He'd probably have to have a bigger drink than me because he's a big guy. Like he'll have a pint. He won't even reach it. Won't even get down. Like won't even feed anything.
He'd have one of those Steins, like twice the size of a pint glass.
Yeah, I don't know. He'd probably have something like that. Yeah.
But I think I can see him as being the type of guy who really embodies just like the true American feel. He's good, like the all-American, loves his sport, probably loves...
Riley's a very American name as well.
Yeah, loves the area he comes from, will go down the local pub and just support his local football team.
I love how we're doing this. We don't have anything, we don't have a clue about these guys. We just watch them and bet on them every now and then.
That's it. Or you bet against him. Probably.
Yeah, to be fair, and he always wins when I bet against him.
That's true.
So yeah, if I was to give him a rating out of 10, we gave Rublev last week a 3.
What do you reckon he'd be drinking though? You haven't even said that yet.
A beer, Budweiser. Traditional, keep it to the American theme.
Ice cold Bud Light. Bud Light.
Yeah, no, it's got to be that for me.
Yeah?
Well, what's that drink Homer Simpson drinks? Or the Simpsons?
Duff beer.
Duff beer.
That was one of them.
Yeah, something like that. So, gave Rublev a 3. I would give him... Maybe because he would surprise me, I'll give him a 5. Very modest, 5 straight down the middle. I wouldn't be thrilled to have a beer or to socialise with him. I feel like there's not loads for me to really say to him, but I'll give him a 5.
It may be difficult for you to converse with him due to your hatred of him.
Yeah.
I would give him a 6.
Let's explain to the fans quickly. So basically, because they don't really know, I do curse him a lot because every time I've bet against him, he's always ended up winning. And then when I'm watching the match, it's just his style of play is just the most frustrating thing in the world. You just see the guy I'm betting on, he just has an amazing shot, he wins a point, but it's all in vain because literally the next 4 points, Riley Opelka's just going to smash them down. It can be love 40, and you just know he's going to get to advantage on his serve because he's going to smash down 5 aces. I think it's just the most frustrating thing. I think hats off to him. He does what he has to do.
The word you used, I think, was anti-tennis, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's an anti-tennis, just an animal, mate.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe.
And we've got the Australian Open coming up, so make sure you remember our tips. We'll just go over them again. So I'm backing in the women's. I'm going with Svitolina as my outside pick, and my main pick being Ashley Barty. And you've got?
I've got Kenin outside pick, and I've got Osaka as the main pick. And that's in the women's.
In the men's, I'm going for Nadal with my heart to win. My outside pick is going to be Denis Shapovalov.
Shapovalov as your outsider. I've got Djokovic all day for the main draw.
Hey, anyone could have picked that out. Well, how do you know about Novak Djokovic? Where did you see him?
Ashley Barty. Whoa, what a shocker. Oh,
mate, the Australian's going to get behind her.
I know. My outside one, Nick Kyrgios.
Oh, gosh.
If he wins, everyone's in for a treat.
I'm not. I can't look at you.
No, don't.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe, like, and peace.